आज के इस वीडियो में हम पढ़ेंगे वाटर रिसोर्सेज के बारे में और ये सारे टॉपिक्स कवर करेंगे। द मेन सोर्सेज ऑफ वाटर, वाटर रिक्वायरमेंट एंड इट्स यूटिलाइजेशन, इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ इरिगेशन इन इंडिया, मेथड्स ऑफ इरिगेशन, इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ वाटर, नीड फॉर कंजर्वेशन ऑफ वाटर, कंजर्वेशन प्रैक्टिसेस, rainwater harvesting, advantage and importance of rainwater harvesting, rainwater harvesting techniques in different states, and the national water policy. स्टार्ट करते हैं इंट्रोडक्शन से। India is a land of rich natural resources, water being one of the most vital of all. इंडिया में बहुत सारे नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज हैं, उनमें से एक वाटर है। इंडिया में वाटर हमें एग्रीकल्चर के लिए भी चाहिए और इंडस्ट्रियल पर्पस के लिए भी चाहिए। वाटर को डैम्स में स्टोर किया जाता है ताकि इलेक्ट्रिसिटी प्रोड्यूस हो सके और टाइम पे वो वाटर इरिगेशन के लिए यूज़ हो सके। वाटर का डिमांड दिन पर दिन बढ़ते जा रहा है पॉपुलेशन के बढ़ने के कारण, बट सप्लाई उतना ही है। आगे बढ़ते हैं हमारे वाटर रिसोर्सेज पे। द मेन सोर्सेज ऑफ वाटर आर सरफेस वाटर, ग्राउंड वाटर एंड लगून्स। सरफेस वाटर जो अर्थ के सरफेस पे अवेलेबल होता है, जैसे लेक्स, रिवर्स, पॉन्ड्स एक्सेट्रा। रेनफॉल इज़ द मेन सोर्स ऑफ फ्रेश वाटर इन इंडिया। A good part of it is lost through the processes of evaporation and plant transpiration. तो सरफेस वाटर अर्थ के सरफेस पे होते हैं, तो इसका जो मेजर पार्ट है वो इवापोरेशन में लॉस्ट हो जाता है। लार्ज पार्ट ऑफ वाटर percolates in the ground and is available to us in the form of groundwater. Surface water is available on the surface of the earth in the form of rivers, lakes, ponds and canals. नेक्स्ट ग्राउंड वाटर। रेन वाटर का कुछ पार्ट जो क्रैक्स के थ्रू अर्थ के अंदर चला जाता है वो एज अ ग्राउंड वाटर हमारे लिए अवेलेबल रहता है। द डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ ग्राउंड वाटर इज़ वेरी अनइवन इन इंडिया। तो ग्राउंड वाटर इंडिया में कहीं ज़्यादा है कहीं कम है, सब जगह एक तरह नहीं है। द प्रेजेंस एंड अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ ग्राउंड वाटर वेरीज ग्रेटली विथ चेंजेस इन टोपोग्राफी, surface geology and the prevailing climate in the region. Next, lagoons and backwater. तो lagoon किसे कहते हैं? A lagoon is a body of water separated from larger bodies of water by a natural barrier. इसका फोटो मैं आपको दिखाऊंगा तो क्लियर हो जाएगा। These lagoons and lakes serve as surface water resources. Although the quality of water is generally brackish in nature, these are used for fishing and irrigating paddy crops and coconut. तो लगून्स के जो वाटर होते हैं वो जनरली सॉल्टी होते हैं एंड ब्रैकिश होते हैं, इसीलिए ये ड्रिंकिंग पर्पस के लिए सूटेबल नहीं है। इस फोटो में आप क्लियरली समझ पाएंगे लगून्स किसे कहते हैं। तो लगून एक वाटर बॉडी है जो लार्जर वाटर बॉडी से सेपरेट हो चुका होता है नेचुरल बैरियर के थ्रू। आगे बढ़ते हैं वाटर रिक्वायरमेंट एंड इट्स यूटिलाइजेशन पे। इंडिया में 2/3 पॉपुलेशन एग्रीकल्चर पे डिपेंड रहता है और इंडिया में पानी का जो डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन है वो बहुत ही अनइवन है, कहीं ज़्यादा है कहीं कम है। एंड बिकॉज ऑफ अनप्रिडिक्टेबल मानसून सम रीजन्स सफ़र सिवियर ड्राउट कंडीशंस वेयर एज अदर्स रील अंडर द फ्यूरी ऑफ फ्लड्स ईयर आफ्टर ईयर। कहीं पे सूखा रहता है और कहीं पे बाढ़ आता है। तो इस ड्राउट और फ्लड के सिचुएशन को टैकल करने के लिए एंड सप्लाई वाटर फॉर इरिगेशन, अ पॉलिसी ऑफ एफिशिएंट मैनेजमेंट ऑफ वाटर वाज अडॉप्टेड बाय द गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया। तो इंडिया ने ये पॉलिसी अपनाया था ताकि वाटर का सही इस्तेमाल हो सके। एंड अ मल्टीपर्पज़ प्रोजेक्ट इज़ मेड बाय कंस्ट्रक्टिंग अ डैम अक्रॉस द पेरिनियल रिवर्स। पेरिनियल जिसमें वाटर का जो फ्लो है वो कंटिन्यू रहता है। It aims at the effective use of water for a number of benefits such as flood control, drinking of water, irrigation, and navigation through canals. Some of the major multi-purpose projects are the Bhakra Nangal project on River Satluj, Damodar Valley Corporation on River Damodar, Hirakud Dam on River Mahanadi, Narmada Valley project on River Narmada. आगे बढ़ते हैं इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ इरिगेशन इन इंडिया पे। पहले इरिगेशन के बारे में समझते हैं, इरिगेशन क्या है। तो इरिगेशन एक प्रोसेस है जिसमें हम क्रॉप्स को वाटर सप्लाई करते हैं आर्टिफिशियली, जैसे कैनल्स से, वेल्स, ट्यूबवेल्स से, लेक्स एंड फ्रॉम द एग्जिस्टिंग नेचुरल सोर्सेज ऑफ वाटर लाइक रिवर्स, टैंक्स, पॉन्ड्स और अंडरग्राउंड वाटर। तो इरिगेशन वो प्रोसेस है जिसके थ्रू क्रॉप्स को वाटर सप्लाई किया जाता है आर्टिफिशियली बाय कैनल्स, वेल्स, ट्यूबवेल्स, लेक्स एंड फ्रॉम द एग्जिस्टिंग नेचुरल सोर्सेज ऑफ वाटर लाइक रिवर्स, टैंक्स, पॉन्ड्स और अंडरग्राउंड वाटर। इंडिया में इरिगेशन की ज़रूरत क्यों है? क्योंकि मॉनसून जो है वो अनइवन रहता है, कभी कभी टाइम पे भी नहीं आता है। The following reasons justify the need for artificial application of water through irrigation to land. Uneven and uncertain distribution of rainfall. Some crops which are grown in winter need artificial supply of water when there is hardly any rainfall in most parts. The southwest monsoon, responsible for 90% of rainfall in India, often fails to keep its date. It may strike early or after the scheduled arrival, but each crop has a fixed requirement of water at the right time. With proper irrigation, some crops like rice and wheat can have 2 growing seasons in a year. तो ये सारे रीजंस हैं जिसके लिए हमें इरिगेशन की ज़रूरत है। आगे बढ़ते हैं मीन्स ऑफ इरिगेशन पे। इरिगेशन 2 टाइप्स के हैं, प्रिमिटिव मेथड ऑफ इरिगेशन एंड मॉडर्न मेथड्स ऑफ इरिगेशन। प्रिमिटिव मेथड में 3 टाइप्स के हैं, कैनल इरिगेशन, टैंक इरिगेशन एंड वेल्स। एंड मॉडर्न मेथड में स्प्रिंकलर इरिगेशन, ड्रिप इरिगेशन एंड बैम्बू इरिगेशन। स्टार्ट करते हैं प्रिमिटिव मेथड्स से। फर्स्ट, कैनल इरिगेशन। Canal irrigation amounts to about 40% of the total irrigated area in the country. This type of irrigation is more prevalent in northern part of the country where the rivers are perennial and flow through flat terrain. तो ये कैनल जनरली नॉर्दर्न पार्ट में कॉमन है जहाँ पे पेरिनियल सोर्स अवेलेबल है। कंडीशंस नेसेसरी फॉर डिगिंग कैनल्स: लो लेवल रिलीफ विथ डीप फर्टाइल सॉइल, perennial source of water. Canals in India are of 2 types, inundation canals and perennial canals. आगे इसके बारे में जानेंगे। Inundation canals and perennial canals. Inundation canals. These canals are taken out from the rivers without any regulating system like barrages at their head to regulate the flow of water. They are dependent on rain for supply of water. Advantages: inundation canals are easily and cheaply built. They are useful in controlling floods. इसके disadvantages पे देखते हैं। इसके disadvantages क्या है? There is uncertainty of water supply. These canals are useful only during floods. Only lowland areas can be irrigated. Canal का second type, that is perennial canals. These canals are useful throughout the year as they draw water from perennial rivers. तो ये सालों भर काम करते हैं क्योंकि इसका जो पानी है वो perennial rivers के थ्रू आता है। Advantages: as these canals serve throughout the year as they draw their water from perennial rivers. These canals supply water even during hot seasons. इसके डिसएडवांटेजेस पे आते हैं। इट इज़ एक्सपेंसिव टू कंस्ट्रक्ट ब्रिक एंड मोटर कैनल्स। problem of waterlogging in case of unlined canals as water soaks into the adjoining areas, turning them into swamps. Next primitive method है tank irrigation. Tank irrigation is useful in the areas which are dependent on rainfall for their water supply. तो टैंक इरिगेशन उस जगह पे यूज़फुल है जहाँ पे लोग रेनफॉल पे डिपेंडेंट होते हैं. रेनफॉल का जो पानी है वो हम टैंक में स्टोर कर लेते हैं और काम आने पर उसे हम यूज़ करते हैं. इसके एडवांटेजेस क्या है? टैंक इरिगेशन इज़ प्रिवेलेंट in Deccan Plateau region where water is collected and used later for irrigation. Tank irrigation is cheaper than other type of irrigation. The tank water is used for domestic purpose in villages. इसके disadvantages: tanks use up large area of land which could be used for agriculture. Tanks are non-perennial and dry up in summer. Since tanks are shallow, large amount of water is wasted through evaporation. The most important states for tank irrigation are Andhra Pradesh, Telangana and Tamil Nadu. Next primitive method of irrigation है wells. Suitable conditions for digging wells are: the water table should be high, the ground should have soft rocks. Most suitable to dig the wells along the river beds. And wells two types के होते हैं, surface wells and tube wells. इसके बारे में डिटेल्स में जानेंगे, इसके एडवांटेजेस एंड डिसएडवांटेजेस के बारे में भी. Surface wells: these wells are perennial and dug in the areas where the water table is high. Unlined wells are also called kacha wells and lined wells are called pakka wells. Advantages: well is cheapest and simplest source of irrigation. Well is an independent source of irrigation and can be used as necessity arises. इसके disadvantages: they can irrigate only a small area. Sometimes they are brackish in nature and may not be suitable for drinking. Second type है well का tube well. A tube well is a bore well which is dug deep in the ground with the help of drilling machine. The water is pumped out manually as well as with the help of electricity. Advantages: tube wells are very useful during drought conditions when surface wells dry up. They occupy less area as compared to surface wells. इसके disadvantages: the farmer has to spend money regularly on electricity or diesel. This source of irrigation is not fit for areas of brackish groundwater. Now next, modern methods of irrigation. There are three modern methods, that is sprinkler irrigation, drip irrigation and bamboo irrigation system. First, sprinkler irrigation. In this type of irrigation, sprinklers are set up in the field and supplied with water by hoses from the source of water. Sprinkler irrigation systems include the application of water in the form of a spray. इसके advantages: this method is best for conserving water as there is no wastage of water. Water management is easier than surface irrigation system. It is best suited for arid and semi-arid regions. Disadvantages: there is high initial cost, high operating cost. Water application efficiency is directly affected by winds and saline water may cause problems. Next modern method है drip irrigation. In drip irrigation, water is taken directly to the roots of the plants or trees. A plastic tube is used which has small holes through which water keeps on dripping steadily. Hence, the name drip irrigation is given to this type of irrigation. इसमें हम एक प्लास्टिक ट्यूब का यूज़ करते हैं जिसमें छोटे छोटे होल्स होते हैं जिससे पानी डायरेक्टली पेड़ के जड़ों में जाता है. इसके एडवांटेजेस: लेबर कॉस्ट इज़ लेस देन अदर इरिगेशन मेथड्स, soil erosion is less, water application efficiency is high, field leveling is not necessary, fertilizer and nutrient loss is minimized. Next, इसके disadvantages: initial cost can be more than overhead systems. The sun can affect the tubes used for drip irrigation, shortening their usable life. If the water is not properly filtered and the equipment is not properly maintained, it can result in clogging. Next modern method है bamboo irrigation system. It is an old system of tapping stream water by using bamboo pipes. About 20 liters of water enters the bamboo pipe system and is transported over hundreds of meters. इसके advantages: it does not need any fuel or power, hence it is economical. It can be implemented in regions where bamboo is available for free or at low cost. इसके disadvantages: bamboo rot in rain, so the whole network needs to be rebuilt after 2 to 3 years. Our next topic is importance of water. Water is essential for agriculture and industries. It is the lifeline of all living beings. Water provides the kinetic energy used for producing hydroelectricity. Water is also an important means of navigation. Water is the only means of existence for the marine life, and water must be saved for our future generation. Next topic is need for conservation of water. Here we will talk about why there is a need for conservation of water. Water scarcity may arise because of the large and growing population. Water scarcity in most cases is caused by pollution of water by domestic and industrial use. Increasing industrialization is also exerting pressure on our existing water resources. Although water is a renewable resource, the misuse of water, wastage, and inability to tap and harness our water potential has resulted in growing depletion of water resources. So, what are the conservation practices? Conservation of water means preventing and controlling of depletion of water and making the best use of available water resources for the present and future needs. The following steps are necessary for water conservation: developing water saving technology, preventing water pollution, and rainwater harvesting and water recycling and reuse. Now, what is rainwater harvesting? Rainwater harvesting is the activity of collecting rainwater directly or recharging it into the ground to improve groundwater storage. Objectives of rainwater harvesting are recharging the groundwater and recharging its level, meeting the demands of water requirement in dry season, checking the rainwater from being polluted. Now we will talk about the rooftop rainwater harvesting method. Rooftop rainwater harvesting and conservation system comprises a simple scheme to replenish the groundwater and increase its level. Rainwater can be collected over our rooftops and within our house premises and can be channelized through small PVC pipes into the underground pits or borewells. The purpose is to utilize the rainwater to its maximum. It can easily be practiced by individuals both in towns and villages. You can see here in the pictures different methods of rainwater harvesting. Now, advantage and importance of rainwater harvesting. Rainwater harvesting increases the availability of water during dry season. It improves the quality of groundwater. It is cost effective and easily affordable. It reduces soil erosion. It improves soil moisture. Next, rainwater harvesting techniques in different states. There are various techniques used in different states of India, like Johads and Kunds in Rajasthan, Tanks and Khadin in Gujarat, Cheruva in Andhra Pradesh, Kere in Karnataka. Now we will discuss about how groundwater is recharged. Groundwater is recharged through various methods, like pit recharge. Pits are constructed to recharge the shallow aquifers. Trenches, these are constructed when water is collected at a shallow depth due to permeable soil. Dug wells, the water that is collected on the rooftop of buildings is diverted to the dug wells. And the last, hand pumps. The existing hand pumps may be used for recharging the shallow or deep aquifers if water availability is scarce. The last topic is the National Water Policy. The Government of India designed the National Water Policy for the optimum and judicious utilization, management, and conservation of water resources in the country. What are the objectives of National Water Policy? It is to provide surplus water to the deficit area, to reduce water pollution, and to improve the quality of water of the rivers. Recharging the groundwater is also a priority of the National Water Policy. The policy aims to take suitable measures for conservation of water resources.